world where things almost make sense, and most everything is interesting and mildly unique. It's a place that feels somewhat familiar and has the suspicious comfort of a loving semi-omnipresence. You are on the outskirts of Loutopia. Sit back and relax, or tense up and march around. Please welcome your host of Loutopia, Lou Angelwolf.
Ah, yeah. I love it when Don Capone says my name, because that means straight dead ahead is another hour of Loutopia, ladies and gentlemen. Health, humor, and well-being. We're being so well. Bam, there's that last beat we wait for. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Loutopia podcast. My name is Lou Angelwolf. I'm your host. And right next to me is Mike Murburg. Been sitting in for the last couple months. Love having you here, man.
Yeah, it's great. Tell me I got the face for radio.
You got okay. That was my Johnny Carson.
What the heck was that?
That was my Johnny Carson.
Johnny Carson if he was a Smurf.
Johnny Carson as a minion.
On helium.
And over there pushing the knobs, it's Chris Gorgeous.
Yep, that's me.
Second half of the show, ladies and gentlemen, we invite the lovely and talented Beth Snyder, who is my personal hypnotherapist, all-around groovy chick, and now owner-operator of the Om Shop in beautiful Sarasota, Florida. She will add her color commentary to our deep-seeking, thought-provoking, peppered with humor topicos of the evening. So, here we are, folks. We usually have a theme every week, and this particular one is, I've been hearing this a lot lately, the best things in life are, right there on the end.
Candied?
Candied.
It involves chocolate.
Best things in life have chocolate on them somewhere. And, a lot of people say free. Best things in life are free. Best things in life are, there's just skadoodles of them. And so we're going to talk about that this week. Some of the best things. We're going to uplift all the good things. And couldn't be happier about it. Well, I had to tell you one of the best things that I enjoy. I love seeing my friends be successful. And over the weekend, Beth and Nancy opened up the Om Shop. It's a metaphysical shop and treatment spa down in Sarasota. And it is a really wonderful, magical place. Michael, you got to swing by there with me on Sunday?
Yeah, I did. Bought a few things. It was nice.
Do you have any sessions? Like any hypnosis or crystal sessions or any of that stuff?
It was a Sunday. They took the day off.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was like when you get to tour Yankee Stadium, but there's no game.
Just the concession stand.
Yeah. There's the field. Yep, that's the field.
I could heat you up a hot dog if you want, but that's about it. It was a beautiful little, like a little private session, private showing of the Om Shop. Really, really beautiful. And I don't know how many of our listeners are into it, but man, the more you pay attention to it, the more you get into it. Are those beautiful singing bowls? They have,
that was crazy good.
Yeah, they have the bowls that hit these really incredible chakra notes, and boy, they will just tame you right out, Bohemian.
If I was gonna have a shop like that, I would get those Shaolin rolling things that you roll. They're in front of the temples up in the Himalayas. Those rolling, like. You know what I'm talking about? The
doors?
No, they're like huge pillars and you roll them. They're like prayer. They roll them. They're huge, big columns, and they roll them. You know what I'm talking about?
They make smaller ones too.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Any of
some
that?
Desktop models.
It's just like, just keep on rolling it.
I'll
man.
take the. What are those called? Aren't they?
Well,
Are they like prayer rolls or something?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
There's a whole like a whole roll of them, and you go down and roll them. I've seen documentaries.
Oh.
They roll them. It's sort of a prayer thing.
Okay.
And in Tibet, you tie pieces of
Cloth.
colored cloth to
Right.
the lines, and that's the same thing. Every time
Yep.
there's a wave, you're praying.
Have you been to Tibet? I know you've done some traveling.
Well, no, not physically. Not physically. But I do have a friend that created an orphanage there.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Aw.
Yeah, Fred Dory, he's a cool guy.
Oh, anybody that opens an orphanage is a cool guy. My gosh.
I know, how could you say anything mean about that dude?
Yeah.
He's kind of a jerk. He has an orphanage. Oh, I take that back. I apologize.
Standing around waiting for day-old bread. Hey, Mama Luke, him and the kids that don't belong to nobody up there. What are you going to do?
Children for sale.
Bring out your kids. Bring out your kids.
I'm not young.
It's okay. The market's up anyway.
But my mother's right there.
That's right.
No, now you're an orphan. What?
I feel arthritic.
Ladies and gentlemen, we, and that is an amazing feat. People that work with, orphans and just that, all that giving, all that, all those gifts of the heart, that time that you're willing to put into somebody else's life, especially a stranger or somebody you don't know, and that whole love of the innocence. I have it. I just don't have it to the level that some people have it. They just blow me away. I mean,
Well, you can't afford to go to Tibet and open up an orphanage either. I mean, you got to have a little money for that.
I
or
can
at
go
least
to
a grant.
Largo and get one. Go to Largo.
Yeah, I don't know if you want those kids running around.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Loutopia podcast is brought to you recorded live every week here at the Double Special Studios in sparkling Clearwater, Florida. Every week we are broadcast on the IRN Broadcast Network. That's irnbroadcast.com. You can also hear us on Podomatic and YouTube and the mothership, Loutopia.com. That's Loutopia, Loutopia.com. And Chris, the site looks fabulous, man. I really love sending people there these days.
That's awesome.
Because the old one wasn't much to it. And, it had the Pacifist Riot, which is the key op here.
Yeah.
But, boy, the new site is it's fun to look at. It's easy to use.
Perfect.
There's all kinds of, if you're looking for information about the Loutopia podcast, it's cast.
Or anybody, yeah. I was gonna
And
say,
it's
anybody on it.
it's friends, it's business people.
Yep.
It's all there.
All the
So-
stuff you hear about on the show, you can find on the website. As
And-
far as like the Ohm Shop and Beth and
Yes.
Mike and everything.
Sure. And everything, everything we say here really isn't, I don't know. I guess it's all based in truth. I mean, I can't secure its 100% accuracy.
I was going to say, what are you getting at? Well, I'm very honest when I'm on this show, damn it.
Oh, I know you. Oh, we all are. We all are.
Maybe a little too honest.
Well, yeah, I've heard that.
Well, we haven't seen any flashing lights outside yet. So.
Not yet.
I think we're all
I
right.
went over my experience in Vegas, so I'm not completely out of that loop, but yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we had something interesting happen down in Sarasota. We kind of declared the word awesome dead.
Yes. Yes. Chris, I don't know if you've gotten into that or not, but
What's that?
I formerly was saying the word awesome way too much. And
I say dude too much. I don't say awesome.
I'll never give up dude. Dude's just perfect.
Yeah.
Dude's perfect for men and women now, which I think is really adorable.
I see and I don't. I think it's annoying.
Well,
That's awesome, dude.
Yeah, he puts the two together and my head explodes. I just think dude should be a guy word, and girls kind of took it over. When you hear two girls calling each other dude, to me it's just like, I guess it's cute, but in the same way,
I
it's
think
like,
it's adorable.
Oh God.
I think it's like
What
I think
happened
it's
to
like Tracy.
girlfriend?
I think it's like Tracy Lords riding a dirt bike.
They can't just call themselves girlfriend. You can't do that.
That's kind of ghetto, isn't it?
I don't know. Dude's kind of surfer. I don't live in California.
Well, all right.
I don't surf either.
Well, it used to be when you called somebody babe, it was either he was either playing for the Yankees, but right now it's like gals, guys, it's like hey babe, you used to get slapped for that.
Yeah, you can't say babe to a girl nowadays. That's no.
No, but you can say bay,
Yeah,
bay,
bae.
bay,
Boo.
my boo.
Oh, I hate that too.
My
What's up, boo?
my son was texting a girl the other night, and he called her bay. I go, dude, come on.
That's just lazy. You can't put the other two letters on the end of
Yeah,
that.
or a better word. A better word. How about sunshine of my life or
I don't know,
something?
sweetheart, honey,
Baby?
I guess.
Cutie?
baby,
Sweetie?
Yeah, even baby's sketchy.
Yeah, baby.
Women don't want they
Baby is a good all around word. It's a good all around word.
like dig it.
Dig it. Yeah.
Like dig it.
Dude, dig it, baby. Yeah. I'm all with those.
The first time a woman said boo to me, she was like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, boo? And I was like, if you're trying to scare me, that was really a weak attempt. I don't know. Like, that's not going to work. You better brush up before Halloween rolls around.
Yeah, you need some sun there, Casper.
Oh, speaking of Halloween, it's not one of my favorite holidays because of the gore and all the horrible shit. I know it's just makeup, whatever, but it's all these ugly images. And now I have to sit through all of the hideous commercials from Universal. And now this year it's the Exorcist theme, which literally the most frightened I've ever been in my life was watching The Exorcist.
Yeah, that movie is kind of scary.
I was about 12 years old.
Why?
Listen. And I snuck out to go see it with a friend of mine, okay? And, we knew the girl that was working the ticket counter, and she was like, hey, go ahead, we know you're not 18 or whatever.
Bet you regret
It's
that.
back when that movie was rated M.
Right.
M for muh, muh, muh.
My God.
Anyway, so I snuck in there and saw it, and I was kind of I was a spiritual kid. I used to go to church, and I used to ride the church bus by myself. I used to go to church by myself, even when I was like 11 or 12. The bus would come, and
Okay, now that's adorable.
Isn't that adorable? I'd be sitting out there with my little shiny shoes on. It was so cute.
Did they have a kneeling stool in the back so you could pray on your way there?
Yes, pray in the old Bluebird.
Confessional booth by the back door by the fire exit.
Confessional Bluebird. But anyway, went to the movie, and it scared the living shit out of me, and created images in my head that are still there, like printer's plates from the 1700s. They will not be removed. And I slept under my parents' bed for 3 days after that movie. I guess I was, like I said, I was about 12 when it came out. It came out in, 73? Yeah, maybe I was a little older. Maybe I was 13 or 14. But either way, shouldn't have seen it. And now I got 2 months of, Universal Studio prompting their Exorcist extravaganza.
Their trigger commercials for you.
It's the time, hey, mom.
We go over to Lou's house. He answers you from underneath his bed. I'm in here.
Hello.
Except the bed raises up to
No,
expose him.
Spins around.
Damn Halloween Horror Nights.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what I saw? I went to Home Depot to get some things before I came over here.
Yeah.
There is now a full-sized horse skeleton that you can buy at Home Depot and put out in your front yard.
Really?
Yeah. I'm looking at it and going like, since when did horses become dinosaurs?
A full-size horse skeleton.
Yeah.
What else
Wouldn't
could
that
you
be
use
like,
it for?
sort of representation of the four men of the apocalypse? They ride skeleton horses, don't they?
Yeah, but where do you put it in the off-season?
Yeah, really.
I could build a stall for my Halloween horse.
At the garden.
Honey, grande equus maybe was not the good idea for the decoration in the living room. No more grande equus.
Yeah, put some garland on it and call it a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's what they'll do.
Reindeer.
In Pinellas Park, they'll leave it out all year, and then they'll decorate it with lights. But anyway.
That there's called transitional decoration.
Folks, for those of you who don't know or listening across the globe, Pinellas Park is the small town nearby that comedians often make fun of. Like the joke would be, how you can tell the rich people in Pinellas Park? They got 2 cars up on blocks in their front yard. But folks, it's one of those. But Pinellas Park. And actually, Pinellas Park has had a rash of sign collisions. I don't know if...
Signs been crashing into people?
Dude, the sign at the First Baptist Church, some old dude had a heart attack rolling down Park Boulevard and just drove straight into it.
Well,
bada bing, bada boom.
There you go. He knew where he was going.
The former Church's Chicken sign across the street of the okay.
Same place across the street?
Across the street, old closed up Church's Chicken. Dude, 90 miles an hour in a Porsche.
Ooh.
Gets airborne, takes the sign out midway.
Wow.
Yeah. And then another block down, I think a carpet store, 2 cars slid into the sign over there. Like within a 500-yard thing. It's like, sign down.
a sign vortex.
Church's Chicken across the street from another church.
Yep.
Church's Chicken?
This
Jesus.
is the Bible Belt, for Christ's sakes.
For Christ's sakes. You know what was funny? I'm driving through. I like to take the blue highways, the roads less traveled. I quoted two book titles in one sentence. William Least Heat Moon and M. Scott Peck. But up through Georgia, I'm going through Georgia a couple of years ago, and just one of the, people got those little rural businesses out there. They'll rent it's a small town. There'll be like a Four Corners, and one of the guys had rented the old gas station there.
Walking around with a sling blade.
Yeah. Your car needs some shining.
First, I'm going to get me some biscuits and mustard. Mm-hmm.
Well, anyway, those places. And there's a guy that opened up a detail shop in this little town. And the name of the detail shop was For Christ's Sake Auto Detail. And I mean, because I've had a lot of cars detailed in my life, and the guys miss some spots.
Yeah.
So when you go, oh, for Christ's sake, you couldn't even get the wax off of it.
Well, if he's in Georgia, does he apply the mud or does he take it off?
Praise it off.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we almost got to our point, but we have a special guest this week on the Loutopia podcast. He was on last year, and this guy I met many, many years ago. He's a traveling stand-up comic. He's had several one-man shows. He's
open for Cat Williams on a regular basis.
Open for Cat Williams. He's played Caesar's Palace, and he's also slept in his car. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Loutopia podcast, Steve Lolli.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Chris. Hey, Lou.
Hey, you're sounding very royal out there wherever you're at. You got a nice echo behind you.
Oh, well, maybe I should put you on speakerphone. Hold on one second.
He goes to the word.
Is that better?
A little bit, yeah.
A little sharper, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay. I got you turned all the way up so I can hear you.
Very good, very good. Now,
How's everybody in the swamp? How are my swamp people?
We're all good, man. We are. Did you feel that hint of cool breeze this morning?
Man, I was shocked. I actually, it blew me over. I felt like I was, it was like fall in Illinois.
Yes, for 3 hours, and then it was hot, like 90 by 11 o'clock.
That was the back end of that tropical system that you.
Yeah, that's it. Just sweep it up after the old tropical storm. That's me.
Oops.
That's why I get excited, because I know I can call you guys and talk about the weather.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's that cutting edge information that we have.
You're so diverse, it's almost stifling.
It is. Well, that's why we don't have that many guests. But welcome to the show, Steven. It's good to have you back in town. And
I miss you so much.
I miss you. I miss you too, buddy. And we'll get together soon. I'm in town all week. So, what I wanted to get to was the point of the show. Today's show is about the best things in life, and we as comedians, we know that a room full of people laughing at you is one of the best things in life. But what we were about to say, and I'll get to this, and then Steve, you can hop in. But we started a ban on the word awesome because it was way overused. People overuse awesome beyondo. Okay, so, and I noticed I was saying it way too much. Like the other day, I went out for a sandwich. The guy brought me my sandwich, and I knew my sandwich came with a pickle. And I said, "Hey, can you get me my pickle?" And he said, "Yeah." And he brought back my pickle, and he put it on my plate. And I said, "Awesome." And it wasn't awesome. It was just a pickle on a plate. So, Michael, who's a semi-master of the English language, made us aware of this topic, that when you are in the martial arts, Kung Fu is the master level of things. So if you're looking for a high expletive, You say, "Hey man, can I have my pickle?" And the guy brings it, and you go, "That's kung fu, bro." And now we got something new. Now we don't have to say awesome.
That's great. I like that.
Yeah,
That's really good.
Isn't kung fu good?
Yeah.
That's kung fu. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
I've been saying it. That's kung fu level, baby.
Actually, the translation is skill achieved through hard work, highest achievement.
Ah,
Yeah, but it's a pickle.
Yeah, I know. It has to be cut right, though. You know?
it does. It's got to be quartered. It's got to have. You got to have a little row of seeds on top. So yeah, I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
I mean, you had me at bring me my pickle. You had me at bring me my pickle, dude. And as soon as you said bring me my pickle, I think sometimes a great comedian like you just overlooks the obvious punchline because it's just not sophisticated enough for you, Lou.
Too hip for my own self. But anyway,
You really are, dude. You're too good for your own good.
sometimes. Well, Steve, you're back in
Yeah,
town.
kung fu. I'm gonna jack that. I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start saying that's kung fu and see if.
Sure, that's kung fu, bro. It rolls nice. It's a k word, which gets you
Perfect.
some notification.
The first time Steve uses it, the person will go, "What? No awesome?"
Well, he lives in California, the home of awesome. So
Awesome, yeah, that's right. Yeah, one time it was far out, tubular. We've had all kinds of different, but
awesome is
yeah, I
just
think
way
we just
overused.
Wanna, at the risk of getting too, into micro detail of really irrelevant shit. But we have it's a 2-hour podcast, so why not, right?
That's what we make a living at. Dude.
Yeah,
That's why.
you just say awesome because you want the guy to know who's bringing your pickle. There's this thing, this unspoken thing. I think when I use words that have too much meaning, when I overvalue something,
Yes.
it's because I want the other person to feel like they did good because I don't want to be the guy bringing the pickle. You know what I mean?
Right.
I just don't want to be the guy in life who's bringing the pickle to the other guy's table. And so, it's nice to hear, it's not the word, it's the intention. I don't know. Now I'm getting all like new age on you, but
That's no problem.
What about the word
Yeah.
thank you?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you would have worked too. What the
Display
hell?
of
that would have
gratitude.
been perfect. Yeah, that's
Yeah. Well, thank you.
And I take it to the next level. I don't just say thank you. When I want to say awesome, but I don't want to say awesome, I'll say thank you so much. I'll put the so much at the end.
So much.
So much.
Yeah, I've heard you say that.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I've heard you say
it almost sounds like you're making fun of somebody.
No, it's not.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That's
all.
Fucking
That's
guy.
because you see my comedy and you know I'm a dick. That's what
This
it is.
is the exact pickle I was thinking of.
No, it's very sincere.
Channeling a pickle.
It's very sincere. I'm like, thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that.
You could have chosen all those pickles from the jar, but you brought me to one I thought of.
I used to tell women when I'd meet a woman, I'd tell them because I like to come onto women, or at least I used to really.
On their back.
Yeah, I've been living in California a long time now. Anyway, so
That was awesome.
when I'd come onto women, I had a buddy who was he's like 10 or 12 years older than me, and I'd say to these women, I go, "You're gorgeous. I just want to tell you, you're gorgeous," and that was my sort of go-to word. And he started making fun of me.
Yeah?
He started just oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. And, I stopped using that word.
Yeah?
That guy, he totally, big brothered my ass. And he got me to stop using. So now I always go for some other way of, but gorgeous was my go-to word. So I guess sometimes you just need a good kick in the ass to get the cliches out, maybe.
That would be a very difficult word for Chris to get rid of.
Yeah.
Seeing as it's his last name.
It's on my damn license.
Yeah, I see a lawsuit going on here.
I don't use that word at all unless I'm talking about my name. Otherwise, I just nothing's gorgeous as far as I'm concerned.
Did you ever get pulled over, Chris, and the cop goes, "What's your last name?"
Yeah.
Good.
Oh yeah, no. When I was like 16 or 17. We skipped school, and we were walking through Clearwater, and me and my buddy were like, just, kids, young kids, like 15, 16, throwing rocks. You pick up rocks and chuck them and stuff.
Sure.
Well, we started chucking them over this fence, and there was a pool on the other side of the fence. So we
Whoops.
didn't know there was a pool.
Other than the sound that the rock made when it hit the water.
Well, but you were in the street, so you couldn't really hear. Anyway, apparently somebody got hit. This New York cop chased us down, and like
In Clearwater?
Yeah, yeah.
He was intense.
Well, he was retired.
Okay.
And so he just was like, "Arr," and he tracked us down and pulled a car in front of us and like threw me up on the hood of the car. What's your name? And when I told him, he got really pissed at me because he thought I was being a punk.
You were being a punk.
No, I went with the Rock, but not with my name. I was like, "What's your last name?" Gorgeous. You think that's funny? You do? And he got all ogred out on me, and I'm like, "Dude, it's just come on, man. It's my name."
He ogred
Man,
out.
He ogred out.
that was the infancy of your life as a stand-up comedian that you knew somewhere deep in your soul, this shit's not going to work out if I take it seriously.
He was that guy was definitely not awesome.
The ultimate heckler.
Yeah, dude.
my own name brings hostility. At
really-
least you have a name like Gorgeous. I had a friend whose name was Rankin. His last name was Rankin.
Wow.
And one time we went in a place that smelled really bad, and I go, "Man, this place is really rank." And he looked at me with hostility, and he said, "Rank?" So that's not even your name, dude. Your name is Rankin.
Yeah.
And I remember I said it a couple times, and I never said it again because I thought, "Oh shit, man, I'm hurting this guy's feelings." Someone obviously picked on this guy. So at least you're Gorgeous. You could be Rankin.
Hey,
I'll take Rankin.
do you have any relatives in your family named George?
No wrestlers in my family.
Oh, that would be so good. Because in the phone book, he would be Gorgeous George.
No, when I was
Gorgeous.
in the Marine Corps, I had a staff sergeant, and this black staff sergeant was just up my ass the whole time I was there.
I've seen that movie.
God, he was awful. Yeah, Louis Gossett Jr. And he made me very well aware. Is that your name, Gorgeous? I'm like, yeah. And he's like, Gorgeous George. That's what he called me through the whole training that I went there. I was Gorgeous George, and he reminded me, it's a wrestler. Yeah, I know about the wrestler, dude. I know about the wrestler.
Yeah. Well,
got cartoons going on in his mind.
well, anyway, folks, we are focusing on the best things in life, and laughing is way up there in the best things in life category. But while we were on the topic of decriminalizing awesome, the thing that I and there's another catchword too. Well, I'm going to tell. This is going to be like a Loutopia buzzword. Okay, when something's really cool, or if somebody is really cool, is really kind of the best way to use this phrase. When I was a young guy, I was about 15 years old, and there was this guy that was in the periphery of my loop of people, and he was 19. Okay. And he had, and this is in the 70s, mid 70s, and he had a 67 Shelby, midnight blue, 428 Super Cobra jet, 4-speed, 10-spoke wheels. It was
Tits.
badass, bro. And he could shift, and he had long hair and little John Lennon glasses and this really groovy beard, and he smoked pot out of a little like Sherlock Holmes pipe that was made of ivory.
I liked him right up until then.
It had scrimshaw on it, and it had the little lid.
A scrimshaw pipe?
A scrimshaw ivory.
Are you sure this guy was 19 and not like 50 posing as a 19-year-old?
Well, I'll tell you what.
Come in, my young laddies, and smoke some pot in the Shelby.
He was
The guy that you're describing, Lou, is what the hipsters are actually trying to be.
right. Well, that's a good idea.
He was the real article, though.
Right. He was the genuine article, and here's the best thing about it. His name was Fweeny Dalto.
His name was what? Say that again.
I know.
Fweeny.
Sweeney?
Fweenie. Fweeny Dalto. Dalto.
The name's Fweeny Dalto, yeah?
And, dude, so anytime you see something that's the way it's supposed to be, dude, that is so Fweeny Dalto.
Oh, my God.
No one will ever. And you know what? People will pretend to understand that.
Well, it
That
sounds
is the
like
greatest part.
it's very, it's understandable. It's
The hipsters will be like, oh, yeah, Fweeny. Sure.
it's,
for sure,
it's totally Fweeny Dalto, bro.
Totally Fween.
Yeah, Fween. Just say Fween or Fweeny. Oh, that's Fween.
So, it's
You really looked up to this guy.
well, he was kind of iconic, you know.
Ironic.
Yeah, well, maybe, but not if you didn't know the other part of the story. But
What's the other part?
But anyway, and I was going over a list of the greatest thing or the best things in life, and one of the best things in life, people say, is laughing with friends, laughing with a group of people, and that is the one thing that stand-up comics have got down pat, man. A room full of comics, busting chops, busting balls, telling stories, telling tales, whatever. I am really, really blessed to know that I have actually laughed to the point of exhaustion. I have laughed so hard, I had no wind left in my body whatsoever. I literally was near passing out from laughing so hard. And I don't know how many people have experienced that in life.
Yeah. What's that movie? Where the firefighters are. Oh, what the hell? I'll get it. I'll chime in a little bit. Yeah,
The firefighters.
yeah. I'll get
Backdraft.
it. Yeah, there you go.
Backdraft.
So you had like a backdraft thing going on. It's like sucked all the laughter out of you. You sucked all the breath out of you. You know. It's like,
Backdraft
I'm
of
glad I
humor.
could give you the assist on that strange joke, Chris.
thanks.
That was Michael. That was Michael. But anyway.
Oh, Michael,
Yes.
pardon me. You guys sound alike.
Yeah, well, we all do after a while.
Yeah, I've been practicing.
It's just a
White men need to talk. That's all there is to it.
cacophony of just white guys chirping.
So what? Yeah, but this laughing thing, I think people do this thing. I think people do it. I just think the comedian, the most fascinating thing about comedians is we're all these. I sit with comedians and I think these are appearingly, seemingly very nice people.
Uh-huh.
And then they start talking. Everybody starts talking and realize there's a perverse chamber of the soul that needs to be given exercise. That's
Yes.
really what's happening. My rabbi said really profoundly, he said, holy people, they conjure light, and comedians confuse the darkness. I like that. I think that's a good, we confuse the darkness. That's what we do, I think.
Yeah, that's very good. Hey, darkness, look over here. But
Yeah.
but that's beautiful, Steve. And I also know you as a very introspective guy, and I know you're well on your way of trying to find your place in the sun and all that stuff. And that's what part of the Loutopia podcast is about. It's about health, humor, and well-being. The first half that you're on right now is generally about humor. And my comedian pals are just, I'm telling you, man, you guys are deep, you're sweet, you're kind. And for the most part, I'm going to say 95% of the comedians that I've met in my life have been genuinely good people. Lovely dispositions for the most part. Some painful sufferers out there. And the 5% that I don't really count, that I didn't particularly enjoy, I really don't think they were very good comedians either. They were they were people playing a comedian. They really weren't comedians. You know what I mean? They were in it was another role for them, and it's really funny. See, Steve, you've got like a nice level of reserve. I mean, like if we were having if we were all sitting at a table, and of course there would be laughter coming from the table, but it wouldn't necessarily. People wouldn't necessarily go, "Oh, there's a whole table full of stand-up comedians sitting over there." The one thing I notice about comics that really aren't comedians is that they're on all the time. They're always trying to, they're too freaking zany
Hate
for
those
me.
guys.
Well, I don't hate them.
No, I'm using that term like awesome.
Same.
But and that's what I was saying. I was saying 95% of the comedians I've met in this world I've really liked, and the 5% that I didn't count them as real comedians. And
I see. You're giving me an insight right now because I'm realizing all these people on Facebook who say they're comedians are playing comedians. They may become comedians,
Right.
but they're posing as comedians until maybe. And I suppose we were too at one time, all posing as comedians, except we didn't have social media back then to prop us up.
Yeah, it depends, Steve. What I've noticed is there's a lot of comics out there. The guys you were talking about, usually the guys that have the shirts, all the hoopla about their set, but they haven't figured out what their set is yet.
Yeah.
They got all the marketing done.
Well, that can take years.
Of course, but they don't. They're like, no, I'm ready to headline now. I got a show. And then you see them, it's like, no, you don't really have a show. You got nice T-shirts. Those are great T-shirts that you got.
Those are good. Right?
Yep.
Well, what were you going to say, Michael?
Well, I was going to say that a lot of guys start with an act, and then eventually, if they're really, really good, they drop the act and they get into their own lives and they talk about it because they realize that, hey, you're naturally funny. And, and comedians look at life in a very, very odd way. And the odd way they look at it, when they espouse that, when they talk about it, people laugh. And they don't realize is that we think this way all the time.
That's exactly true. And you know what's funny? Even about myself, I've been 33 years in the business. My act is half an act, and it's half me. It's like I the front half of my show is material, and then the second half of my show, it's like
a revival.
Well, yeah. Well, I drop my persona a little bit, and I kind of let people know who I am.
I'm at the same place.
Yeah. They don't know the difference between those two things. That's the magic trick.
Well,
they don't know the difference.
Well,
do they?
Yeah, I think they do. I think they. Yeah, well, I'm not exactly sure of that, but
you can tell their IQ. Some the ones that laughed at the can shit, they're like 100 or less. This is comedy.
Hey,
I was in Port Charlotte. at a place that was a cross between Hooters and Howl at the Moon. It was which I guess is like a good gig for Florida.
You were at the Chubbies, weren't you? You were at the Chubbies?
Chubbies. I was at Chubbies. In the place, and that was like digging yourself out of Shawshank Prison. I mean, that gig. But I found being up there for, 45 minutes or however long I was up there, I noticed that, sometimes I don't know why, I'll just tell a cheap joke just because it just occurred to me, and I'm at Chubby's, and the environment kind of, the environment kind of fills you with cheap joke kind of feeling. And I said a cheap joke, and it got a huge laugh, and I was so confused, and I realized there's about half of these people who are here who would totally dig that. And there's about half these people that if I work them and wear them down, they might like me by the last 10 minutes. They might really like me for who I am. It's a possibility. It could go wrong, but there's a possibility that I could wear them down with social commentary and spontaneous transfer of hostility. And at the end, they'll buy my DVD instead of just going, "That was great, honey. Let's check the ESPN over here."
Yeah, he's got a nice shirt.
Well, Steve, you're exactly right, and I will tell you this too. I mean, I will hack it up with the best of them when I'm doing a hellish one-nighter, or if they didn't set the room up for it to be stand-up comedy, if you're like forcing a comedy show on a room full of people, they didn't pay a cover charge.
That's exactly right.
Only one half of your face is lit.
Worth every penny, right, Lou? Worth every penny.
Well, what people don't know is that if you charge, like they did studies, and the studies showed that they showed a shitty movie, and the people that paid the most to go in to see the shitty movie said it was better than the ones that paid less.
Yes, exactly right.
Straight across the board.
Exactly right. And if you don't charge for a comedy show, they got nothing invested. They don't even care.
Right.
And I've always been charge a cover, please.
Yeah. So what we're saying is say no to Groupons.
No,
no Groupon.
Even if it's $5. Even if it's
$5, which is nothing these days. Absolutely nothing. I dropped a $5 the other day, and it made like 5 tumbles away from me. I went, should I get it? But
Well, the price of admission should be at least the cost of a hand job on the streets. You know, I mean,
That's an age. That's an age
smiling,
thing there,
you know?
sir.
I did get it. You kidding me? It's $5.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I would have dove on that. Are you kidding me?
Well, if you were with me, I'd have had you dove on it for me.
You would have gotten it back.
Chris, dive on that for me, will you? Please?
Yeah, thank you very much. I'll go get me an icy now. Thank you.
I had to correct the tense of dive. But anyway, but Steve, you're a lot of fun to watch. And but what I'm saying is, if I'm in a venue that is a non-true comic venue, I will hack it up. I'll tell street jokes. I'll use stock lines. I'll do whatever it takes for me to fill that time and let the people in the audience have the most fun as possible. And here's the thing. It's not a showcase. You're not auditioning for anything. Nobody at Montreal Comedy Festival is going to see this horse shit that you're laying down. So what I'm saying is make the best
You better have fun. You better have fun. That's the thing.
Make the best of the night. Let the people enjoy themselves. Don't walk away all stormy and pissy because they didn't freaking get me. They ain't cool. Dude, who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? Make them laugh. Take the money, fold it in half, put it in your pocket, move away. And anyway, so that's my thing. So if you ever see me on some one-nighter and hacking my way through the comedy forest, just know it's a survival thing. I'm not going to try.
Man, we got to do that. You know, we're like the psychic warriors, man.
Yeah,
You know, that's what comedians are.
Yeah,
walking in a room like that, and actually, I've been in worse rooms than that. I told the crowd, I go, this is not the worst room I've been in. I've been in some really rooms where I didn't know if I was going to walk out alive. You know.
Yeah. Well.
And Lou, you got to party with Bill Hicks, dude. Don't forget, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
You got high with Bill Hicks, right?
Bill Hicks and I smoked weed and talked conspiracy theory till 4:00 in the morning.
Oh my gosh, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, and
that's kung fu.
That's so sweet.
That is so Fweeny Dalto.
Fweeny Dalto.
He was so Fweeny Dalto. He was so Fweeny Dalto. He was Bill Hicks.
No, I could use the word awesome for that, and it would be appropriate.
Yeah, that is that was a penultimate thing. It was good. Well, Steve, so I'm going to go over a couple of these. There's a list of put out. These people are very nice. Mark and Angel. They're like online feel good book company, and I found this. It's where I got the idea for the show. Simple pleasures in life, and I Googled it, and this popped up. And here's just some simple pleasures in life, and my what are you guys a quorum? Yeah, you're a quorum. You're more than a quorum.
Close enough.
Yeah, okay. My symposium here. Just chirp in a line or two with you agree, don't agree. Sleeping in on a rainy day.
Depends who you're sleeping with.
Okay.
I couldn't have said that better. That was perfect.
Finding money you didn't have.
Well, I like that. That's fun.
Yeah, isn't that a nice moment?
Better than sleeping in on a rainy day.
But you can add to that money thing, finding money that Lou Angelwolf won't pick up. You put that in there.
That you dived on. It's all dirty money.
And here's one for single guys and girls.
There you go.
Making brief eye contact with someone of the opposite sex. Having that.
Shit.
It happens.
Sometimes that's as good as it. Sometimes that's the extent of it.
And you know what? Those are probably the best relationships I've ever had.
The promise of wonderment forever.
Oh, Lou, the tragic truth.
There's a great story. Anderson knows it by heart. Maybe the Harry, the author will come around, but it's a story of a guy that rode a train every day to a particular place, and while it was going through the rural backyards of the Midwest, which all trains do. He saw a woman there every day hanging laundry, on a line, and he watched her every day, and she was pretty, and she had her dresses on, and she'd be out there hanging laundry, and he would always look forward to passing her. Well, and he had built up this whole fantasy about what her life was like and what his life was like, and he never actually saw a man around the house and whatever. So anyway, he built up this entire fantasy of what this would be like to be with this woman, and through a series of events, it became available for him to be in this town and actually go meet this woman. And he did. And at first, she was just like shocked and startled, and she was nothing like he thought she was. And then eventually they did get something going, but it was the biggest frickin' train wreck in the world. I'll have to index that story. It's a classic.
Is this the sequel to Curly's soliloquy on City Slickers?
Well played, sir.
A deep center field. Murburg's got a
Nothing
stand-up
plays better
triple.
on a-
He had that written down.
Nothing
Don't
plays
kid yourself.
better on a comedy podcast than long stories with no laughter.
Well, and actually, I met eyes with a girl at the deli counter at Publix the other day, and we both went for the ticket at the same time. To pull a ticket. I was just standing there going, I'm going to need a ticket. I get some stuff sliced. And we both just subconsciously, our hands clicked, they met at the ticket spewer or whatever it is. Ticket spewer. And we looked
Stop, you romantic.
We looked at each other. I know. I'm trying to tone it down. And we both looked at each other, and I looked at her, and she had these fabulous green eyes, Italian girl with just olive skin, and man, she was sharp. And she looked back at me, and we met eyes. It was like, whoa, hey, there you are. And smiled. I smiled. She smiled, and we kind of went, okay, it's good enough. It's good enough.
And then she complained about the thickness of the roast beef she just got.
You know.
all the pickles and roast beef stories are there's a really homoerotic kind of theme to this podcast that I don't know if I'm being from California. I think I feel right at home.
I got some deli in my belly.
That's the next video we're going to do. Lou eating.
Okay, I'm going to continue with the list.
Okay.
Skinny dipping. Skinny dipping.
Depends what you're
Time
doing.
for your list, right?
That's really true. Mike, as much as I like you, I don't think we should skinny dip.
Good God.
That's why I let you have the pool for a week.
I've never. I don't think I've ever skinny dipped. I don't know if I've ever done that.
Really, you've never been bare ass in the water? That feels great, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a fear of things especially ocean water. I don't want to get naked in the ocean water, which just makes no sense. It's not like your shorts are going to stave off any creatures, but What about you? What about you, Steve? You ever skinny dip? I bet you have.
Shit, all alone I did a couple times. Just me.
He's also called it bathing.
Yeah, that's what it was. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I think I was fantasizing during the bath.
Yeah. Lolly's on the road
No, I
going.
really haven't. In fact, these romantic things kind of get me down because, you start off as a kid and you're all young and you believe in love and you have a little girlfriend you like and everything. And you get to be an adolescent and you just want to fuck. And then it gets to the point where you're an adult and you're at some age you just want it to be easy to get along with people. I mean, your standards lower, so you know what I mean?
Right.
It's like it can make your day. Just it was so easy to get along with that person today. It's like the sun came out.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've been there, and and it's sometimes it's like you've just compromised so much, and somebody goes, "Hey, man, are you still seeing that girl?" And I'm going, "Yeah. Do you like her?" Well, she closes her mouth when she chews. Yeah, she's doesn't smack her food. That's good.
I got a question.
Yeah.
If you do a group skinny dip, that would be like a group dip, right?
Group dip.
Yeah, but if you're dipping all by yourself, would that make what you're doing masturbating?
Masturbating.
Masturbating.
Oh man, masturbating.
Waka 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 waka.
Welcome to Chubby's, everybody.
You know what? I needed you to open up for me with that. That would have been great. That would have been really great.
Just to set a new level.
Yeah, that would have actually set the tone. It would have calibrated the room properly. I brought an opening act that was too smart and not animated enough.
Oh.
And he was really funny, and I'm the only person sitting back there laughing. And then the guy who ran the show, very nice guy, he brought a guest set on who screamed at the audience. It was like a defibrillator because they needed to be screamed at, you know.
Right.
So it was a perfect, like, you had Garrison Keillor, and then you had Sam Kinison. I mean, neither one are comparable,
Nice.
but you know, you had like the guy on Sunday morning who reads you, you know, the headlines, and you had the shock guy, the guy at the Comedy Store who comes on at 4 a.m. and screams at the audience so they'll leave.
Hey,
Anyway.
they have that part?
They have that. You know, there's some guy. He makes strange noises like dolphin noises. So that people will get up and leave at the end of the night.
Or he moves his face. He contorts his face. I know a guy like that.
Hey, face contorter. Okay.
The possum guy, like the possum guy.
Yes.
Nobody's like the possum guy.
No one is like the possum guy.
Nobody.
Possum man.
Never. Sorry to even make that comparison.
Ed Carnival. We're going to move on to the next one. And this one is something that I like to generate and, of course, like to receive. Receiving a real letter or a package in snail mail. If somebody sent you a little tchotchke or a handwritten letter, that somebody took the time to sit down and pen you a letter, man, that just means I read every word. It's like I sit down, I put my glasses on straight, I make sure there's enough light, and I sit there and I read the whole letter.
Yeah, you're so old school, you know?
I savor it.
Yeah. I mean, today you get a letter, you're lucky if it's printed, you know? It's like you're written in crayon by a 28-year-old.
Yeah, I get letters from the county all the time. About
The county.
and I can't say it's, it's not handwritten, but, you know.
But all the appropriate boxes are checked, right?
And you get
That's
a
right.
pink
After
slip
I get
along
through
with it.
After I get through with it, yeah.
Okay, we got two more, and then we're heading into the...
You're getting close.
We're heading into the end
to the
shift
top.
here, yeah.
Mhm.
Two more, and I know this is for every guy here. Making the yellow light. When you're in traffic and you get the yellow light, you go, oh, and you just sail through, and it doesn't even turn pink. It goes, oh.
Yeah, you better hope that the timing is right, though. They're retarding those things, you know?
Oh, that's right there.
Yeah. So you can't really trust the yellow light anymore. It's like, it's like getting old and trusting a fart, you know?
All these things are great, but nothing like a blowjob from a 19-year-old girl. There's nothing.
Ooh.
Well, there you go. I think we can close on that one.
Wait, you had one more.
No, he got it.
That was the other one?
You know what my next one was? Telling a funny story. that was my big closer. But I like Lolli's a lot better.
Lolli's like, you know what I like?
I remember being 19 and getting a blowjob from a 19-year-old girl. It was freaking awesome.
Oh, we see where his cutoff is
awesome.
now.
Oh, wait. It was Kung Fu.
Yep.
I felt like Fweeny
It was
Delto.
Kung Fu.
He weenied you up.
I felt like Fweeny Delto. I walked around. Ladies and gentlemen, your special guest this week on the Loutopia podcast has been Steven Lolli. Nice to have you on, buddy.
Great to be with you guys. Michael, nice meeting you. And Chris, always funny to hear your warped way of looking at the world. And Lou, we'll hook up before you take off.
Yes. How long are you in town? How long are you in
We'll
town?
get Kung Fu on some shit.
Yeah, we'll go Kung Fu some shit. How long are you in town?
Like another week, about a week.
Okay.
I'm here till the 12th, so
Okay.
I'm pretty busy. But just let me know.
We'll get
and I'll
together.
make time.
All right. Because we got this must be comic visit week. We got Mike Nilsson coming into town on the weekend, and then arriving next Wednesday at 2:30 in the afternoon is Steve Anderson, who is a longtime buddy of mine.
Dude, I remember him. I remember him.
He was
from the
so
old days.
funny,
Yeah.
dude. He was just one of those guys.
He's a funny dude.
One of the best writers.
Funny dude.
Oh, I just can't wait for him to get back into town. And but he's not coming until the 14th. I thought we would have like a little we're going to have a little event. We're all going to go have dinner and hang. So, all right. Well, Steve Lolli, thank you so much for being on the Loutopia podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lou Angelwolf. That's Mike Murburg and Chris Gorgeous over here. We're going to take our break from the first half. We're going to go into the second half with Beth Snyder, our Kung Fu hypnotherapist. And, ladies and gentlemen, it's just so nice to be speaking with you. Thank you for listening on the IRN Broadcast Network. Thank you for listening on Loutopia.com. But most of all, thank you for listening. We'll be back in a little bit.